Mr. Elton, did you always sing in your kind of, I don't know what you call it, like an American soul voice, or did you ever try singing in English? If you're in your own... in English, you know, with an English accent. Off.
There are friendships, and then there are those rare, once-in-a-lifetime bonds that transcend fame, distance, and time. The friendship between Elton John and Princess Diana was just that: rare, intimate, and deeply human. The world saw them smiling at events, laughing at charity galas, and standing united in public. But what was happening behind the scenes? What was truly said between them, in whispered conversations, beyond the flash of cameras? For years, the truth remained locked away, until now. Today, we reveal what Elton John has finally shared about his extraordinary friendship with the People's Princess, and the deeply emotional secrets that lived in silence for decades. Part 1. The beginning of a unique friendship. Elton John first met Princess Diana in 1981 at Prince Andrew's birthday party held at Windsor Castle. In his autobiography, Me, Elton recalled how Diana immediately disarmed him with her warmth and quick wit. They ended up dancing together to disco hits, laughing and exchanging sarcastic jokes. He wrote, "She was fabulous company, the kind of person who could put you at ease in seconds, and then completely steal the show." From that moment, a friendship began that was unlike anything either of them had ever experienced. Part 2. A bond of empathy and pain. Diana and Elton had more in common than most realized. Both had struggled with identity, with public pressure, and with feeling misunderstood in their own worlds. They confided in each other. They shared stories of personal struggles. Diana's with the press and royal expectations. Elton's with addiction and loneliness. In interviews with the BBC and Vanity Fair, Elton later admitted, "We were each other's safe space. There were no masks when it was just us." They wrote letters, exchanged thoughtful gifts, and often checked on each other in private. They were both patrons of AIDS charities, fighting against the stigma of the 80s and 90s. In a time when few dared to speak up for AIDS patients, Diana visited them in hospitals, hugged them, and comforted them without hesitation. Elton once said, "She did more in one hospital visit than any politician had done in a decade." Part 3. The rift that shocked Elton. But even the closest friendships can be tested. In 1997, Elton released a book called Rock and Royalty, a fundraising project for his AIDS Foundation. But the book included provocative images of nude male models and side-by-side photographs of members of the royal family, including Diana. Diana was furious. She saw it as a betrayal, not because of the cause, but because of how her image was used without clear approval. Elton said in his book that she stopped speaking to him immediately. "I was devastated," he admitted later. "I never meant to hurt her. It broke my heart." They wouldn't speak again until something tragic happened. Part 4. The death of Gianni Versace and a final phone call. On July 15, 1997, their mutual friend Gianni Versace was murdered outside his Miami mansion. Elton was shattered, and then the phone rang. It was Diana. They spoke for over an hour. They mourned Gianni. They cried. And most importantly, they forgave. That phone call would be their last. Just weeks later, on August 31st, Princess Diana was killed in a car crash in Paris. Part 5. The funeral and candle in the wind. When Elton John got the call asking if he would perform at Diana's funeral, he was speechless. He turned to his longtime writing partner, Bernie Taupin, and together they rewrote the lyrics of Candle in the Wind, originally written for Marilyn Monroe. The new version began, "Goodbye, England's Rose." On September 6, 1997, Elton sat at the piano in Westminster Abbey. In front of millions watching around the world, he sang with trembling hands and tears in his eyes. It was one of the most iconic musical tributes in modern history.
Goodbye, English road from a country lost.
He never performed that version again. "That song belongs only to her," he said. "It was hers, and only hers." Part 6. A legacy that lives on. After Diana's death, Elton remained close to her sons, especially Prince Harry. He attended Harry and Meghan's wedding in 2018 and even performed at the private reception. He continues to support their causes, especially in the fight against HIV and AIDS. In recent years, Elton has spoken more openly about Diana. In interviews, on stage, and in his memoir, he described her as the kindest heart in the most complex world. She made people feel seen, loved, and safe. It's rare in life to find someone who sees you, not for your fame or your flaws, but for your soul. Elton and Diana shared that. Not a romance. Elton and Diana shared that. Not a romance, not a fantasy, but something purer, a deep and lasting friendship built on truth, humor, pain, and love. As Elton once said, "She was my friend, and I miss her every single day." Their story reminds us that even in a world of flashing lights and royal titles, the most powerful bond is human connection. And sometimes that connection lives on, in memory, in music, and in legacy. If stories like this move you, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We have more rare, emotional, and powerful stories coming soon. Tales that few dare to tell, but everyone deserves to hear. Stay with us.